A mushroom. Let's create a mushroom. Out of all things, I could have created a mushroom. Whatever. Here's an artwork. You know what I realized? Usually it doesn't really matter what I say at this part. You know, it's really all about what you're seeing on screen. This is all very visually dependent. I could talk about anything, I feel like, at this point. You know, maybe even do a horrible Gordon Ramsay impression. That mushroom right there is raw, you donkey. Okay, so there we go. This looks very wrong. This looks kind of like a peanut mushroom. That's obviously what it looks like. There you go, eye sockets. I added the eyes later. I'm just masking it out, remeshing it, extruding it, remeshing it again, shaping it. Come on, guys. You've seen this 100 times already by now. If not from me, then from, I don't know, Jan Sculpts or someone else. Is there someone else? I don't know. I really don't know. No, there is. Speed Char. That guy makes good stuff. So, you know, I'm just shaping it at this point. You know, imagine if this was a commission for like VR chat, I don't know. You could make a quick buck just doing it like this, okay? This just took like a couple hours to sculpt. Maybe not even a couple hours, just like an hour maybe at most, you know? Depends, like if you're being lazy, then it might take a couple days even. So don't be lazy, you know? That's the moral of this video. Don't be lazy. This looks weird, but that's those will be his fingers. You will notice momentarily I will inflate it and remesh it. You see, if when the mesh looks weird, just remesh it. Just run it a couple times through the remesher and it will be fine. I'm telling you, it will all be fine. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, actually. It was time for me to get back into this. I tried some other stuff. You know, you saw me try like tier list videos or talking about, I don't know, advice. Those I don't mind, but you know, the advice I can give is it's limited as well, and you know, I want to be gentle with it. I don't want to just blurt out stuff and just make a random video. Then there's the fun videos. I feel like these are the fun videos, honestly. They're simple. You can just put them on in the background, hear me like yap about whatever. I will say by now my workflow is really just this. I create a sculpt, I block it out, I detail it, I remesh it like a bazillion times. I might use booleans, it doesn't matter, but like it will all be remeshed in the end. Then I run it through quad remesher, do a quick UV, I bake it, I go high to low, bake it in marmoset toolbag, then I texture it in substance, and then I would either bring it back into Blender or marmoset toolbag to light it up. You know, marmoset is really cool as well for that sort of stuff. I've been using it left and right. It's really nice. If you're using it to bake, I really recommend you use it to do other stuff as well. Here I create those that pattern underneath the shroom head. I'm sure it has a, you know, a name. I didn't bother looking it up, but correct me on it. It's all you want. You know, it's whatever. I don't really care. Oh yeah, there you go. That's a flap to cover his mushroom. I mean, his mushroom head, and then one for his cheeks, which by the way there were none, so I decided let's sculpt it. Let's sculpt on his cheeks, and they looked a little weird, so I made them a bit wider and inflated them a bit as well. Inflate brush is really the only brush you need for that, and not just on this character, but any characters that have that sort of you know, those mountains on their bodies. There you go. That's some part of the wrap around the character, and that does the job. And I do the same on his arms. And then I make sure to connect the part in the middle by just grabbing one piece and extruding it. And then I use the same piece and rotate it around and just flip it around one more time. And there you go. Now it looks like something that might be complex. Here I go ahead and I make, you know, I apply this, and I tried something that didn't look good, so I removed it, ended up just pulling down a couple of faces and then sculpted it a little bit more, which looked better. Here I go, use quad remesher, and then I use on my high sculpt, I figured it needs more detail, so I grabbed a couple of alphas. Of course, one for the top, for his head, the legs. I just tried to cover as much as I could. Yeah, here I go, detail it a bit more. And then, you know, also remove some detail in some of the creases with the scrape brush and whatnot. And that's it. And then I'll do the same for the wraps. You know, first apply the low poly ones, or, you know, technically they're not really that low poly. I could have optimized them, but that wasn't really the purpose. Point is to make sure I have a generally quote unquote low poly model that I can use. Like I can actually use it and I can texture it and paint on it and whatnot. Then the high poly is really just to sculpt on it and sculpt the wrinkles and bake those out. Anyway, here we go. Import all the textures in. Look at those cheeks. Mushroom cheeks. You've seen it all on this channel now, haven't you? You've seen cheeks on every type of character, now mushrooms even. No one is safe. Here I go, layer some colors in. Yeah. Add some white bits at the tips. Some white tips. Keep your dirty mind away from it. You hear me? Not on this channel. Get that dirty mind out of the eyes. Notice he doesn't have eyeballs, but later I just use the same texture or color for eyeballs. I added some blues, some more grime, you know, make him look like a stinky mushroom, you know, like he hasn't washed his ass. Probably thinking he's going nuts. And he's gone nuts for a while now because he hasn't been uploading consistently on his channel. If that was your thought process, you're completely right. Yeah, you know what? The kind of teal with the red kind of looks good. You know, now that I'm looking back at this, looks not bad. All right, there we go. Add some, you know, ground texture and background and, you know, some little glowing balls. They always look good on camera. Make sure to add the glare and all that shit. And there you go. Look at that. Christmas vibes, you know? Christmas vibes. I know it's a little too soon, but whatever. Christmas vibes for you. Cue the Mariah Carey song. So yeah, let me, it kind of looks weird with that glaring effect, so I removed it. But come on, look at that. Doesn't he look cute? You know, I was a little too lazy to rig him up. I could have animated him and all that shit, but I didn't do that. Which is on me, whatever. Click off this video. What are you doing here anyway? Go do something useful. Make your parents proud. Who do you think you are? On my video being proud, having proud parents and all that. Get out of here. All right, I've officially lost it.